when I was on the city council, my first meeting 9 years ago, I met the Mendenhalls, and they brought this concept of North Park and bringing in commercial businesses. And so as we looked at that, looking at the area where Costco is now, there was some issues that we had to work through there. And as they worked through those issues, we had the Home Depot, we had Target, we had Chili's, and we were all excited. They were coming, they had bought the grounds, and they were ready to go. And then there became a wetland issue, according to the Corps of Engineers, which later found out that really wasn't a wetlands issue. But because what happened there is they delayed the project long enough, then all of a sudden the recession hit.
We saw the initial phases of the project start just a few years ago with Costco and some other development on the other side, the south side of US 6. And what we're seeing here really is just a continuation of that. Obviously, anybody familiar with the area will know there's quite a bit more land available for development on this side of the highway. Still great access, great visibility, all of the different things that retail people, different types of companies are going to be looking for. So we really think we have an excellent site. So far the market's responded well. Obviously Walmart's going to be open here soon. Other companies are looking, preparing to invest in the development. And the last piece that we've needed to make things happen is the streets and the other pieces of infrastructure that you have to support the kind of development that we want to see. And we're here today to celebrate that being completed, at least in the first phase. More will come, but we couldn't be happier with where things are at now.
The nice thing about it is not only does it serve Spanish Fork, but it'll serve Mapleton and Springville and Salem and Woodland Hills and Payson. All those people can come here. This will be the gathering place. And these roads are crucial to make that happen. So that's why it's a big deal to have these roads in here for them to make easy access.
But you can see in front of Walmart that there is vacant land, pad sites that have been set aside. They could be any one of a number of different things. I know if our mayor has his way, it'll be a Outback Steakhouse or something of the like. And certainly we hope that type of thing is part of this project as well. There's been considerable discussion about theaters and some entertainment uses, which commonly you'd see in this type of a project. So I don't think that's difficult to imagine anyway. The hospital, they've talked about potentially being under construction in just a few years, maybe as few as 3 or 4, which is outstanding. We'd understood that it likely would be a year or 2 beyond that. I don't know exactly what they have in mind by way of their first phase, but I'm sure that they'll build a facility incrementally to where it'll grow over time. But with anywhere from 60 to 80 acres to work with as part of that project, of course they can accommodate some pretty big things. So I think it's particularly interesting to be here today because I'm very certain that if we were to come back in 10 and 20 and 30 years, the lay of the land, the landscape, and just the context of what we'd see around us would be very, very different. I think the hospital will be a big part of that.
Spanish Fork's such a great place, and it's a place where we want everybody to come and stay and see what we have. And so my goal was to have a place here where you can shop here in Spanish Fork, you can get your entertainment here in Spanish Fork, you can do your recreation here in Spanish Fork, and you can be a part of the community. That's what makes Spanish Fork such a great place, is the volunteerism of all our citizens getting together and feeling like this is their hometown. Everybody needs a place to call home, and this is what we want to have everybody here. I love this place. I was born and raised here, and I want everybody to share it. I want to share it with everybody else. And so my goal is to have everybody, they can meet all their needs right here in Spanish Fork.